We will begin the program with the presentation of colors and the Pledge of Allegiance. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Uniform personnel, order, on!
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Captain Sean Short, Ventura County Coordinator with the Ventura County Fire Department. On behalf of the Training Division, I would like to first welcome our executive staff to the Training Center and the graduation of the 61st Academy. I would also like to welcome to the Ventura County CEO, Dr. Savette Johnson, Sheriff Jim Freihoff, Supervisors Kelly Long, Matt Levere, Vianney Lopez, Janice Parvin and her husband Dale, and representing Julia Brownlee's office, Anthony Avila. Please remain standing for the invocation delivered by Ventura County Fire Department Engineer Tyler Ripley.
Good afternoon. Please bow your heads as I pray. Heavenly Father, I thank you for this day you have blessed us with. I thank you for the family, friends, and loved ones gathered today to celebrate the graduation of the 61st Firefighter Academy of the Ventura County Fire Department. As these graduates take what they have learned over the past months and put it into practice, I humbly ask that you would give them wisdom, courage, and strength to help guide them in their actions and help others in their time of need. I ask that you give them understanding and perseverance when tough times come, and that they would be a light when darkness closes in. I thank you that these graduates will join fellow firefighters in a career that reflects your selfless character and that envelops the love and sacrifice set forth by your Son, Jesus. May we share the same love for others as you share with us. God, I ask that you would bless the family and friends and loved ones that have supported these graduates over the past months, and that they will continue to be a cornerstone of support for many years to come. I pray that they will feel the same love and support as they too are being adopted into the Ventura County Fire family. As these firefighters step into the career you have placed them in, I ask that they would honor their uniform and strive for excellence in all they do. I pray that they will be filled with love, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. I thank you for what you have done and are going to do in the lives of these men and women. May you bless them in all that they do. In Jesus Christ's name, amen. Please be seated.
Academy 61, take seats!
Thank you all for coming out to show support for our 15 firefighter trainees. This academy would not be possible without the dedication of our instructors, the trainees' motivation, and ultimately, your support. The firefighter trainees sitting before you have just completed a 20-week, 800-hour curriculum structured to make them the finest firefighters possible. Our objective during the academy was to prepare the firefighter trainees mentally, morally, emotionally, and physically to enter into the position of a firefighter. I can say with confidence that they have shown the willingness to do the work needed, the ability to meet the standard, and the drive to continue to better themselves in the efforts to serve the community. Academy 61, I am humbled to be able to acknowledge your accomplishment in front of your family and friends. You did it. Now it gives me great pleasure to introduce the Ventura County Fire Chief, Chief Dustin Gardner.
You did do it. Congratulations. Proud to see all of you up here. Before we start, I would like to acknowledge a piece of how we started with the Pledge of Allegiance and our American flag up here. And on the Friday before Memorial Day, we can all be thankful, and many of us are very thankful for this country that we live in and the freedom and the peace and the security we have living here because of our veterans, because of those who served and those who gave the ultimate sacrifice in their service. So for all of you in the crowd that are veterans, for all of you up here that are veterans, for all of you in the executive staff and our CEO that are veterans, I thank all of you for your service, and may we all remember this flag and the sacrifices they made as we go into this Memorial Day. I would also like to thank our family and friends that are here. I met with many of you 5 months ago when we had our family orientation and our induction, and try to give you an idea of what it was your trainees, your recruits, your loved ones were about to enter. And I don't know that anybody really gets it until they come home from those first 8 weeks, dragging tired, hurt, sore, needing nothing but a warm shower, a good meal, and somebody to help build them up. And you did that. You did that each and every night. And now here we are 20 weeks later with them about to graduate. So for all the family, the loved ones, the mothers, the fathers, the husbands, the wives, the kids, thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you for getting them here to us today. I also want to acknowledge the training staff, and I know Chief Lazenby is going to come up and you're going to hear from Chief Lazenby, but I want to say thank you to each of you to take our most precious resource, our employees, to take them from the beginning from no experience, but none of them with Ventura County experience, none of them standing to the height that we ask them to stand to ride on one of these fire trucks. You take them, and in 20 weeks you prepare them to be out on the street. We give you our greatest gift, our greatest commodity, and for 20 weeks you mold them, and you do your absolute best to have them presented here today ready to get badges to enter the street as firefighters. Through a 20-week firefighter academy, an engineer academy, a captain's academy, running a regional training center, having a new training center being built, you guys didn't miss a beat. And for that I say thank you. And now for class 61. It's funny, I was talking when I first got here. I don't remember any part of my graduation. I remember two things. I remember getting my badge, and I remember taking a picture with my mom and my wife, and that's it. That's all I remember. So I was trying to think of a message and trying to think of something I could share with you that you can remember. And I have one thing I'm going to ask you to remember, only one. Everything you hear today, everything you hear from me, I'm going to ask you to remember this one thing, but I'm going to ask you to remember it every day for the rest of your career. Every day that you come into work, every day that you step on the floor as a firefighter, I want you to remember the weight of this badge that I'm going to give you today. You've made it through the academy. You've made it through 20 weeks. You've made it and proven that you can step into this role as a firefighter, and I can, with honor and with complete faith, give you this badge. And I'm going to ask that you remember the weight of it, that you remember what it means, that you remember for 100 years Ventura County firefighters have been wearing this badge to build this department into what it is today, to build the public trust, to build whatever that siren is, to ride on these yellow fire engines, the pride and the honor it is to ride one of these trucks and step off as a firefighter, to know that anybody, any of our community members, anybody visiting this county, anybody throughout the state, when they call 911, when they had nobody else to call, they called you for help. And you're going to step off of one of these fire trucks as a firefighter wearing this badge. And this badge has a tremendous amount of weight in it. It doesn't matter who you are anymore as an individual. You're now becoming part of a family. You're becoming part of this family. You're becoming part of that family out there. You're becoming part of 100 years of tradition of men and women that have dedicated their lives to wearing this badge. to wearing it with honor, and I'm going to give each of you that today. I'm going to give each of you this badge, and all I ask is that for the rest of your career, every time you put it on, you remember what that means. You remember the honor that it means to wear this badge. You remember the pride you have today getting this badge, and you don't ever do anything to tarnish this badge, yourself or this department. That you keep fighting and you keep pushing just like you've been doing for 20 weeks, and you don't ever let the dust settle on your shoes, and you keep pushing to be the best you can be. Pretty simple ask. That's all I ask. I'll give you the badge, welcome you to the family, say thank you, say congratulations, and just always remember the pride and the honor. Always remember what it means to be a Ventura County firefighter, because you want nothing more in the world today than to be a Ventura County firefighter, and you're going to get it. So please remember that every time you put this on. And congratulations, 61.
Now it gives me great pleasure to introduce my favorite supervisor, Ventura County Training Chief, Chief Dustin Lazenby.
Good afternoon. I think it's important to point out, it's been mentioned the 20-week academy and how long and grueling that is, but the process started years before. Actually, the applications that they filled out were over 2 years ago at this point, and before that, it was time spent in preparing for where they are now. So it's not just the 20 weeks, although that was grueling, it was a lot of time spent, preparation spent to get ready for where they're at now. So and like I said, the academy is 20 weeks. It's extremely demanding and requires the trainees to be in top physical and mental shape. Since they started in January 8th, each firefighter trainee has received instruction and was tested on the following topics: personal protective equipment, driving EMS, SCBA, tools, ladders, hose, support operations, auto extrication, fire control and fire behavior, wildland firefighting, firefighter survival, hazmat, rope rescue, and several other topics that are wedged into every available minute. The 10-hour days for them here at the training center are bookended with preparation with uniform maintenance, studying for tests and topics for the next day, making sure they have all their PPE in order, and arriving at 6 a.m. to make sure as a group they're ready for the day. It's realized early in the academy by each trainee that it's vital for them to work together as a team to be successful. It's important to recognize all those that have been involved in making sure the trainees of the 61st Academy are ready to serve the communities within Ventura County. Like it was mentioned before, we would like to thank the family, all of you, for supporting them through this, family and friends. We'd also like to thank all the instructors and mentors that are normally assigned to stations that are willing to temporarily be assigned to the training division to pass on their knowledge and skills to the trainees. Without their involvement and continued dedication, we'd not be able to accomplish the goal of ensuring we had the most qualified firefighters. Now it's with a great deal of pride that I'd like to introduce the training staff that orchestrated every aspect of the academy. They're responsible for the firefighter trainees' day, and working as a training officer is an extremely demanding job. They diligently work to make sure the firefighter trainees are prepared for the challenging career that lays ahead. The level of dedication and professionalism of the training staff does not go unnoticed. Fire Academy Coordinator, Captain Short. Captain Diedrich. Captain Burkett. Captain Walker. Captain Neiman. And Engineer Zeller. And Engineer Ellison, that is helping in the crowd at this time. Lastly, I want to congratulate Academy 61 on a job well done and wish you all the continued success in your station assignments and your career. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Lazenby, and nice job, 61. It's time for a special awards presentation. As mentioned earlier, these trainees have successfully completed 5 months of intense training and should be proud of their accomplishments. But in every class, there are those who stand out among their peers. These awards are given in recognition of exceptional talent, ability, and leadership. There are 3 awards given. The first award is the Training Chief's Award for Academic Achievement. This award is based on a trainee's academic performance throughout the academy. Trainees complete comprehensive written and manipulative exams on firefighter-related subjects. The receipt of this award has achieved a 3.83 GPA in all combined academic areas. The Chief's Award goes to firefighter trainee Jesse Zatino. Nice job, dude. Okay, the second award is the Training Captain's Award. This award is presented to the firefighter trainee that demonstrated consistency, determination, positive attitude, and was a contributing team player that has led to the improvement of the overall academy. The Captain's Award is decided based solely on the observations of the training staff. The Captain's Award goes to firefighter trainee Nolan Johnson. Nice job, buddy. Nice job. The third award is the Peer Award. This award is presented to the firefighter trainee that demonstrates outstanding leadership, dedication, integrity, and work ethic. The responsibility of being a leader, although rewarding, can be difficult. Not only does the leader need to be a trainee and manage his own obligations, but he must also provide leadership, structure, and assistance to the other trainees. The award for the outstanding leadership is selected by their academy peers, which makes it even more of an honor. The Peer Award goes to firefighter trainee Christopher Botello.
Now the moment the firefighter trainees have all been waiting for. The trainees will receive their badge, and as they sit here so anxiously, they'll find out the first station assignment. One of them is already mandated for this weekend. If you have been selected to pin the firefighter trainee, please make your way over to Engine 41 as their names are being called. Presenting the badges will be Ventura County Fire Chief, Chief Dustin Gardner. Firefighter trainee Zatino, being pinned by his parents Vicky and Juan Zatino.
Thanks, sir.
Trainee Zatino's first assignment is Engine 35, B shift. Firefighter trainee Botello, being pinned by his wife, Olivia Botello, and kids, Gianna and Brett. Trainee Botello's first assignment is Engine 20, C shift. Firefighter Trainee Vasquez, being pinned by his mom and dad, Linda and Francisco Vasquez, along with his girlfriend, Gabriela Tafoya. Trainee Vasquez's first assignment is Engine 51, A shift. Firefighter Trainee Acree, being pinned by his girlfriend, Camila Rios. Trainee Acree's first assignment is Engine 46, A shift. Firefighter Trainee Magdaleno, being pinned by his girlfriend, Stephanie Sandoval. Trainee Magdaleno's first assignment is Medic Engine 53, B shift. Firefighter Trainee Corbiere, being pinned by his mother, Cerie Corbiere. Trainee Corbiere's first assignment is Engine 55, C shift. Firefighter Trainee Van Manicus, being pinned by his girlfriend Lily Delgadillo. Trainee Van Man's first assignment, Quint 44, B shift. Firefighter Trainee Johnson, being pinned by his wife, Martha Johnson. Trainee Johnson's first assignment is Engine 30, A shift. Firefighter Trainee Gray, being pinned by his father, Dave Gray. Trainee Gray's first assignment is Medic Engine 52, C shift. Firefighter Trainee Miller, being pinned by his mother and father, Cheryl and Kevin Miller. Thank you, sir. Congrats. Trainee Miller, before I give you your first assignment, you are mandated for Sunday. Trainee Miller's first assignment is Engine 41, A shift. Firefighter trainee Averill, being pinned by his girlfriend, Ashley Parker. Trainee Averill's first assignment is Medic Engine 53, A shift. Firefighter trainee LaFay, being pinned by his mother Susan and girlfriend Caitlin.
Thank you, sir.
Trainee LaFay's first assignment is Quint 44, C shift. Firefighter trainee Alvarez, being pinned by his wife, Kathia Alvarez, and kids, Monica and Mateo. Trainee Alvarez's first assignment is Medic Rescue Engine 31, C shift. Firefighter trainee Gifford, being pinned by his father, Bill Gifford, and wife, Whitney Gifford. Trainee Gifford's first assignment is Medic Engine 36, C shift. And last but certainly not least, firefighter trainee Mallinson, being pinned by his mother, Elizabeth Mallinson. Trainee Mallinson's first assignment is Engine 54, B shift. In just a moment, firefighter trainee Gray will give his perspective on what the academy experience has meant to him and his classmates.
Thank you, Captain Short. Good afternoon, everyone. Before I begin today, I want to take a moment and ask the trainees of Academy 61 to please stand. We have all heard the term, "It takes a village," and beside me is the result of our village. We would like to take the time to honor and recognize all of those that played a key role in our success. Our family, friends, staff, coworkers, and all those behind closed doors that could not be present today. Your continued hard work and support of this academy does not go unrecognized. Academy 61. Academy 61, you can be seated. First off, my name is Jared Gray, and I would like to thank you all for joining us today for this special moment. I would also like to thank the rest of Academy 61 for selecting me to speak on our behalf. It's truly an honor. 20 weeks ago, on the cold, dark, and quiet morning of January 8th, we embarked on our battle of becoming a Ventura County firefighter. We were apprehensive, unsure, beyond stressed, and had no idea of the mental and physical challenges that would lie ahead. In an instant, that quiet morning was quickly interrupted with huge fireballs, billowing columns of smoke, and excited cadre members. This was day one of our indoctrination of Academy life. 80 days of Academy, which began with a group that barely knew each other's names, to now a family that entrusts each other with our lives. Rain or shine, hot or cold, day or night, we fought together through long days of throwing ladder after ladder, pulling hoselay after hoselay, and doing push-up after push-up with the constant thought of not making our mark. Each of us had our highs, and each of us had our lows. But we pulled together as one, and we triumphed as a team. As Chief Lazenby mentioned, throughout our training, we covered topics such as EMS, wildfires, structure fires, vehicle extrication, and many more topics. It's truly awe-inspiring just how far we have come. And to believe in a few short days we were hitting the field as rookie firefighters just blows me away. There's no doubt in my mind that the members of Academy 61 are ready to hit the ground running. To Chief Gardner, the executive staff, and the training staff, Academy 61 would like to express a sincere thank you. Nobody truly understands the amount of hard work and effort it goes into putting on this academy. Months and months of planning and scheduling goes into making us the best trainees we can be. We can't thank you enough for all that you've done in selecting us for this challenge, pushing us to be the best, and believing in all of us that we can finish the job, and I can promise you we will not let you down. To the numerous captains, engineers, and firefighters of the different cadres, thank you for devoting your time to teach us the necessary skills, tools, and insight to becoming a successful professional firefighter. Your sacrifice of your own time and effort to come down to the RTC week after week is truly a demonstration of your dedication to Academy 61 and this profession. It is now on us to rely on the training you have provided us with to make a difference in the lives of the citizens of Ventura County. To our mentors and fire control workers, thank you for your patience and understanding. You helped us navigate through the tough times and challenges during our 20 weeks. You made sure we were ready for each inspection, each test, and every evaluation with our jobs on the line. You provided us with an outlet to voice our concerns and frustrations, all while maintaining your professional demeanor. That truly made a huge impact in our success as an academy. And finally, to the members of Academy 61, I would like to leave you with this. There are two roads in life, the high road or the easy road. Only one road will lead you in the right direction. Always remember to promote and trust each other. Promote your profession through honesty, integrity, and respect. Remember to always advocate for those who are unable. Learn from your mistakes and continue to strive and challenge yourself for the betterment of your profession and the citizens of Ventura County. Always promote caring, compassion, and understanding for those we serve. Stand tall in the face of adversity and trust and rely on your training and experience in the trying times, and know you've been given the tools to succeed. And remember the big things, but don't forget the small things we have learned throughout this journey. Stand proud of who you are, but never forget where you came from. Relish this moment and serve with pride. Thank you. Let's call them up real quick. And I'd now like to call up trainees Mallinson and Botello to present the class plaque.
Thanks, gentlemen. That thing's impressive. We will now be relieving the Academy of their class Guidon. The Guidon is carried with the class everywhere they go and is always protected. The Guidon is posted anytime they are training for all to see that Academy 61 is hard at work becoming the best firefighters they can be. Academy 61, present Guidon. For those of you who are unfamiliar, this small flag is called a Guidon. The Guidon has a large 61 on it to represent the Academy number. The patches that you see represent where each one of the trainees came from before they arrived here at the Academy. This Guidon looks simple and irrelevant, but the meaning behind it is so much more than some patches and a number. The use of a Guidon has a significant history that dates to the ancient Egyptians. It is used by all the branches of the U.S. Armed Forces to show the position and identify the unit and the commander under which it flies. It serves as a marker and a symbol. The carrying of a Guidon in different military branches is an exclusive privilege that is reserved for brothers and sisters who have fought side by side with each other. It is fiercely guarded and protected, and to lose your Guidon is considered a disgrace. When in formation, or when moving from place to place, the Guidon always leads, and the Guidon bearer is a coveted position. Here at the Training Academy, we have adopted the tradition. The Guidon is used to identify the trainees because until today, the trainees didn't wear patches, they didn't have insignia, they didn't have anything on their uniforms to identify who they were. The trainees you see here have stood shoulder to shoulder with one another under this Guidon. We have the trainees put their patches on here for a visual reminder each day of where they came from. To remember each day the hard work and determination it took for them to arrive at this moment. To remember the loved ones and mentors that stood by their side every step of the way in their pursuit to accomplish their dream of one day sitting right here in these seats. To strive to make their family and themselves proud of the person they have become on their journey to get here. At the end of the academy, the Guidon is always returned to the training staff to signify the end of the academy and the beginning of the next step, which is serving their communities. The Guidon will forever hang in the academy classroom for all the future academies to see that Academy 61 is proud of what they have accomplished together. The firefighter trainees of the 61st Academy will now be demonstrating some of the skills they have learned over the last 20 weeks. Please feel free to move around your seats, but be sure to stay behind the rope barriers that you see in front of you. Academy 61.
Academy 61, on your feet. Pull out.
Let's get a round of applause for our new recruits that are coming out. The new recruits, they start off, and this is one of their basic evolutions, how to put on your personal protective equipment. We call it PPE. This group is going to demonstrate how to quickly and efficiently put on all their proper protective equipment. As they're getting their equipment ready and getting prepared, good afternoon, I'm Captain Brian McGrath. I work here in the Public Information Office, and it's my honor to be out here with these 4 gentlemen. So proud of them. Congratulations on your 20 weeks. Well done. You're all set? Ready? Go! It is important to quickly and efficiently put on all of your proper personal protective equipment, because this is your lifeline when you go into certain environments. These turnouts, we wear them on structure fires and traffic accidents. They do so because they have 3 different layers within them. All right, good job. All right. You can see it's very important that they all got dressed relatively the same way and in the same fashion. We try to start from the very beginning when there's training. It's called crawl, walk, run. It's important to be able to start from the very basics, and so that way they can learn all the way through to the very end of what the total evolution looks like. Their beginning days, they start off with just putting their turnouts on and just getting familiar with their equipment and what it can handle. From there, they'll start working on their SCBAs, their self-contained breathing apparatus. What that is, that's the backpack that they wear in the back. And that backpack, it provides us with good, clean air when we're going into a hazardous environment. A few of the demonstrations that we have here today are going to be a vehicle fire. Now, this vehicle fire that you're going to see, we're going to be using propane. And we use that propane out here so that way we can practice in the safest, most realistic environment. If any of you want to come into the large open aisleway, that's open for you to come up and move in so you can get a better shot, a better view. So you can see engine 36 is pulling up out of the way to open up our training grounds. Engine 35 pulled over, and they're going to be pulling the hose line to extinguish this vehicle fire. They're pulling out what's called a freeway line off the back. That's so that way we can have a straight shot off the back of the engine. As you can see, Firefighter Johnson, who's wearing all of his turnouts that he just put on, in the proper fashion, gets his mask on, and that mask is going to connect to his SCBA, hitting him with good, clean, breathable air. That way it removes his opportunity for that bad, noxious smoke from that burning object. A good standard rule of thumb is the blacker the smoke, the worse it's going to be for you. So if you ever come in contact with car fire or a dumpster fire, you see it being black, just stay upwind and stay out of it. Call 911 and get us coming right away. You may have even noticed that when they entered and they walked up to the vehicle, they didn't just walk up to the front of it or the back of it. And the reason being is some of these newer vehicles, they have technology to help the passengers inside but it makes it more dangerous for us on the outside. When it catches on fire, then things can go wrong. If you take care now, look up to the 5th floor of our tower, you'll see two firefighters that are going to be rappelling out of that building. They've learned different types of uses for rope rescue. This particular one is for a high angle rescue, and that's because we're going off a vertical drop. Let's give him a round of applause. Come on. In this particular evolution, you can see that he is actually lowering himself, so he's rappelling himself down. And that orange rope is provide for a safety margin. So if something happens, that orange rope would provide a safety margin, so that way that will catch him if something happens. While we're using ropes, that's one of the evolutions that we provide ourselves to ensure that we have a 15-to-1 safety margin. So the amount of weight that the ropes can use, as well as down to how much weight, how much percentage we lose out of the strength of the rope on a knot, is all factored into the system we build and what we're using it for. Let's wave out to the crowd as you come on down. Another way that we can use our rope systems is to be lowered. And we're going to use that in a system where we have more personnel on scene, and we can helpfully lower ourselves down to assist with the person, and we're going to be creating a system to raise somebody back up. As we've all seen before, traffic accidents. Traffic accidents happen every day. These firefighters have been trained how to properly open a door that no longer wants to be opened. These are just some style of tools that we use. You might have heard a term, the jaws of life. That's for a specific brand of tool. But now these cutters and spreaders that we use power the new technology of vehicles. What we can do with these tools is we spread the doors open so we can get into the hinges and the bolts, so we can cut them so we can get that door off without jarring the patient inside the vehicle. These tools are typically carried on our support apparatus, which would be our truck companies, our quint companies, as well as support vehicles up in Ojai and Fillmore. We call it the difference between a truck and an engine. You can see in the background the ladder truck 54. It's got a big ladder on the top of it. That's a support piece of equipment, and that supports the fire engines on a daily basis. Those trucks, they don't carry water on them. This Quint 54s with us here, they do have water, so they're a Quint. They carry water, and some pumping capabilities. And that's going to be to extinguish a smaller fire or to get working towards until the engine can show up. The engines carry about 500 gallons of water, and we operate with 3 people every day, and the truck companies have 4. while they're still working on getting that door open, during an accident, it can be difficult at times for us to be able to get to the points to get the door open. And that's because the door's damaged now. It's not set to open the way it normally is supposed to. So it takes a little more time, it takes skills and training to be able to get that door open safely and quickly to be able to get that person out. During fires and at certain times, we need to be able to make access into buildings and buildings in areas that don't want us in there. So we have different types of tools that we can use for entering an area that doesn't want us in. You can see the rotary saw starting up. So they're getting ready to make access into a building. You can see smoke coming from the 3rd floor. He's got his tools started and ready to go. Getting all of his personal equipment on to be safe while he goes in. He's got his mask, his hood, getting his gloves on. His partner behind him has the hose line. So right when they make force entry into that door, they're able to make entry. So that was only one entry point. Now that homeowner has another door behind their security fence. They force entry through their door, control how that door pops open, so that way it doesn't change the environment inside. They got their hose line and they can make entry. You can see that first floor has no smoke on it. They're going to be moving up the floors to where that floor has the fire location is at. So as you know, smoke rises. When you're inside of your building like your house and you start a fire, the smoke's going to rise up and it's going to get to your smoke detector, which I know all of you have a good working smoke detector in your home. Your smoke detector will go off and that's when you need to get out. So when that smoke rises, it hits the roof of the ceiling in your house and then starts to come down. If when you open your bedroom door, there's a lot of smoke, get on your hands and knees and crawl out to your meeting location out front. We have our next crew showing up and they're going to be doing a search of the 2nd floor of that structure fire. Well, again, when they got to that window, there's a protection area. They need to break the glass to be able to get in and make entry. So on a commercial building, the glass is tempered. It's not easy to break. They have that ladder set up as an entry to enter the building and make a rescue if that's needed. The second ladder is a 24-foot extension ladder. That is a one-person ladder thrown as you just saw. In the background, you see our aerial ladders making placement to go to the 5th floor. On a structure fire, you're going to have your engine showing up, starting to pull lines and throwing ground ladders. The truck company, where they're going to be supporting the engine company. They're going to be doing that by primarily trying to get all the smoke out of the building. That does two things. One, it makes it so the people that are potentially inside the building, it gives them fresh, clean, breathable air so they have a greater chance of survivability. The other objective is so that we can get in to the area and be able to quickly get to the seat of the fire. Now, the truck company and support companies, they do their vertical ventilation and a coordinated attack with interior fire crews. If we open up the ceiling too fast, that means the fire has a chance to grow because it has more air getting to it. These firefighters have done weeks of training with these ladders. I'm sure when they came home, they did not like the name ladder at all. I know they were very, very tired, lots of bruises and cuts all over their bodies. It's a very long few weeks when you're learning ladders, but it's very, very important that they learn every aspect, every touch to it, and how to do them efficiently. We see our truck crews now going up to the 5th floor to make access to the roof. That long pole you see in front, that's called a pike or a rubbish hook. That has a few uses. The person in front will be sounding the roof. So when he's walking out onto a roof, he's hitting it to the ground to make sure that what they're walking on is solid. The chainsaw in the middle, that's what's going to be cutting the hole in the roof in order to ventilate the smoke out of the structure. And we call that vertical ventilation. So as crews work through this structure fire, there's other things going on as well. We have big blankets, essentially. They're called salvage covers. And once we find out that life safety is our #1 priority. If there's no lives in that building, we're going to start taking care of property. Property includes all of your personal belongings. So we'll have crews going in, starting to attack the fire, and secondary crews coming in, supporting them, and also moving all of your components and all of your parts of your house to the center of the room so we can cover them up with our blankets. And we do that because water damage and smoke damage is a huge thing from a fire. And your that signifies that something went wrong within the structure fire. That's an immediate evacuate. This is just a drill, nothing actually went wrong. But you're going to see all of your firefighters coming out of the building very quickly. The question was asked, what could go wrong? There's a multitude. Maybe we get reports that there is a chemical agent in there that we could be exposed to. The fire has taken too much of the structure, and it's no longer it's no longer safe for us to be in or be on top of. The fire's gotten too big. Maybe there's a crime going on that we need to get out. We take those sounds very seriously, and again, these firefighters have trained for the past 20 weeks on how to be safe, so that way they can get home safe to you every day. Looks like they're all coming down the stairwell on the north side of the building. Something else that would be going on when the evacuation has been called. After we evacuate, we would call for something, ask for called a PAR, Personal Accountability Report. So the company officers would make sure that all of their crew are accountable and that they're in a good, safe location. Here comes Class 61. Let's cheer for 61.
Hello.
The firefighter trainees have now concluded their demonstration portion, and I would like to ask that everyone take their seats. Thank you. We will now perform the firefighter's oath of allegiance. Academy 61, raise your right hand. Members of the 61st Academy, do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States of America in the state of California, that you will obey the rules, regulations, and orders of the County of Ventura and the Ventura County Fire Protection District, that you take this obligation freely and without reservation, that you will faithfully discharge the duties of a firefighter to the best of your knowledge and ability, that you will demonstrate concern for others, a willingness to help all those in time of need, that you will display courage, courage to face and conquer your fears, courage to share and endure the ordeal of those who need you, that you show strength of heart to bear whatever burdens might be placed upon you, strength of body to deliver to safety all those placed within your care, that you promise the wisdom to lead, the compassion to comfort, and the love to serve unselfishly whenever you are called. If you agree, reply, I shall. Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly present to you from the Ventura County Fire Department the firefighters of Academy 61. Congratulations. Feel free to congratulate the trainees. You can move around and take pictures. The Academy's class video will be playing in the apparatus bay behind you.